guys, I have more BookTok drama. I feel like I missed the last drama, but I did the one before that. So the one before that was the crack my back, sexualizing the hockey players drama, and I talked about that. And the one after that I somehow missed in the grand scheme of like all the drama that's been happening on the internet, and that was the author who was faking 1-star reviews for other indie authors to push her book up higher and then blamed it on her mental health. If you guys still want me to cover that because you haven't heard about it, leave comments and like the other comments just so I know that you still want it. And if you don't, just tell me you've seen enough and you don't want to hear about it. But today we have slightly different BookTok drama, just as unhinged, just how I like it. I don't actually like this. And yeah, let's get into it. Subscribe, hit the bell icon for engagement. Let's just go. So I actually saw this originally on Marissa Is Booked, who has 9,000 followers currently, and she's basically a fantasy, dark romance girly. Yeah, she just posted a bunch of content about books. I mean, good for her, right? We all love books, I think. And she posted the original TikTok in which she describes an email that she got, which was an offer for a brand deal from a horror author who's not like an indie, this is not his like debut novel. It's not like he doesn't know how these things go. It's like someone who's written quite a few well-known books. And his name is, let me just get it right, J.D. Barker. So he sends an email and she goes on to explain how unhinged it is, and I'll let her take it from here.
I cannot believe that this is an actual email that I received this week from an author about making promo video for one of their books. It is normal to receive emails from authors asking, hey, would you be interested in making some content in exchange for a free copy of my book? That's normal. However, this one wants you to cut something racy when the word spice appears. Or this, a camera pan up or down the body using only the book to cover up your naughty bits. Or this one, where it wants you to put the text, what is the most taboo place you have ever had sex? This is from a male author, by the way, and in the email it states that he will be personally reviewing each video submitted to either approve it and trigger payment, or he'll offer you suggestions on how to improve it so that it gets approved. This just makes me so uncomfortable and just feels so creepy and predatory to me. Goodbye.
So I'm actually just gonna go over the email, kind of, I screenshotted like the main bit. They do a breakdown of how many followers you have for how much you're gonna get paid. And I don't know if TikTok is just not, is it just because TikTok followers are less valued? Maybe? But it just feels like these are very low, right? Like, I understand that 2,500 for just like a mention of a book is quite a bit of money, but Alex R has maybe 10 million followers and she's allegedly charging, you know, 6 figures. Michaela has a few million followers, she's allegedly charging 6 figures for brand deals. But then someone with 750,000 followers is negotiable, but 700 to 750k is $2,400. That feels like not 6 figures to me, and that's close enough. Like, I would have maybe imagined like 5 figures, but like high 5 figures. I don't know, maybe the book area is different, but I just feel like the BookTok girlies just sell books, like the way makeup girlies sell makeup. Like, I just don't understand why these prices would be so low. I just feel like these are very, I don't know, and for what they're demanding as well, feels a bit low. So they gave a few examples of what kind of the brand deal could be, and it was like, oh, maybe put a text that says, what kind of person do you think I am? Sugar or spice? And in the video they want a playful image while the word sugar is on the screen, then a fast cut to something racy with the word spice appears. Music, your choice. Then they have another option for a TikTok where the text would say, what kind of person are you? Sugar or spice? And the video would be a playful image while the word sugar is on the screen, then a fast cut to something racy when the word spice appears. That's like literally the same thing. Then there will be a text that says, who doesn't like to relax with a good book? And then a camera panning up and down the body, only using the book to cover up your naughty bits. Writing naughty bits into a professional email just feels like it's just something that shouldn't happen, and I just feel like that explains everything about the story time. Another TikTok option for promoting this book, the text would say, where is the most taboo place you've ever had sex? And the video focuses the camera on influencer for 10 to 15 seconds holding the book or pointing at a digital image of the book, then quickly flash to their taboo place for half a second. Music, your choice. And then they ended up getting, the TikToker essentially posted a follow-up TikTok where she talks about the fact that she got an apology email, and apparently a bunch of people have been sent, essentially whoever got that first email, even if they didn't respond to it, got the apology email that was a follow-up. And a lot of people said that the first email ended up in spam, but then the second email they got, and they were confused why they were getting an apology for an email they never received.
All right, I just received this follow-up email a little bit ago in regards to the email that is in my initial video, and I just want to say that both emails came from the author's email address. They're saying that an outside firm had access to their email account. That may be. However, I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you is the literal only apology in here. And basically the rest of the email, in my opinion, is just trying to take the blame off of themselves, saying that it was PR firm that they hired and that these ideas were based on other influencers suggesting posts like this. which I just want to say, I am a spicy BookTok account. I talk about spicy books and spicy content all the time. Like, that is not my issue. It is the idea of basically propositioning people to make this kind of content without really knowing if that is the type of content that they're okay with making or anything like that. And whenever racier content like this is made, that is fine because that person is, like, choosing to do that. Whenever it's, like, the only suggestions for a paid campaign, that makes me feel really weird and really creepy about it. And again, this email to me is literally just, it wasn't me, it was influencers suggesting it, and it was a PR firm that chose to do it. I don't know, do with this what you will.
But it says, the image you received from my account was not issued by me, nor was it approved by me. It was sent by one of the many PR firms I hired to promote my latest title. We are working with influencers on multiple social media campaigns, and while some of these influencers have suggested racier posts to tie in with the theme of the book, that is not the heart of the campaign. The individual who edited this message chose to include these racier suggestions while editing out the others. Again, that was not the intent of the campaign. Had I seen this message before I went out, I would have stopped it. Ultimately, this is on me. I should not have allowed an outside firm access to my email account. So it was allegedly, he gave access to his like personal email. Like, that is his email that he uses. So that's very weird. But also, I'll get into it in a minute. This has been corrected. I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you. I mean, inconvenience is one way to say like what this was. Also, it is very convenient that this was sent to a bunch of like young adult female TikTokers. It's like, I understand that young female TikTokers who make BookTok content talk about spicy books and smut and stuff. It doesn't mean that they want to be naked on TikTok. Like, that's not the correlation. And I just do wonder if that email was also sent out to like some male BookTokers. And I'm not saying that there's anything like illegal happening, as in like that these like TikTokers were minors, but the thing is, you don't really know how old these people are because some of them don't have ages and bios. So to send such a weird email when you don't really know the ages, unless they actually did clarify and go through and were like, okay, so this is guaranteed 18 plus. But like when I went on Marissa's thing, it does say like no under 18s because she does talk about dark romance and smut, I'm assuming, but I just like, is that her like actively saying, hey, I'm over the age of 18? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's just no, like, were they going through and like, googling these people? I don't know, because it would just be very awkward if there was some random like 16-year-old BookToker that got this email. That would be awkward. Or just like slightly illegal, because in the emails it says that the author needs to have final say over the TikTok. So when you film this naughty bits TikTok, it needs to be sent directly to the author, who will then approve it and give any like clarifications or any edits. That feels wrong. That feels wrong. I don't know. And I also would want to know if some male TikTokers also got this email. That's what I want to know. So the comment said, did anyone have author treats BookTok like OnlyFans on their bingo card this year? I sure as heck didn't. This is the second video I've seen about this guy and this offer. Does the book actually exist? It's not the first TikTok I've seen about this email. Oh my god. Clutching my pearls. And that's another BookToker. If I got a work email containing the words naughty bits, I would call the FBI. Exactly. Unless you're doing OnlyFans, and even then like naughty bits, like once you're already talking about OnlyFans, then maybe like the verbiage can be a little bit more professional. But when you're a BookToker, to receive an email that says naughty bit in it is definitely interesting. It is definitely an interesting choice. I got the same email. It was so question mark. Someone did say, oh my god, who's the author? And she said JD Barker, which I don't think she said in the original TikTok. Someone said, I cannot get over the inconvenience, and basically blaming everyone else. And Marissa says, also the fact that the blame is being put on the PR firm that they founded. So turns out that JD Barker founded the PR firm that was used to promote this book that he blamed this whole thing on. So he founded a PR firm. They have control over his emails, and they sent out these emails that he didn't check, but like he founded the PR company. So he's like, oh, I didn't send the emails. A PR company I employed did. But it's like also then admitting the fact that you didn't employ this PR company, you own this PR company. So obviously they're doing your PR. So a lot more probably goes past you than you're claiming. Someone said, saw that coming, though expected, oh my god, I left my email logged in and my ex did it more. I'm still sus in my all be intentional scandal marketing though. So he didn't actually agree to view and approve of the videos himself. Like, it is very interesting that this PR company that he employed to do this were like, oh sorry, the author needs to see these racy TikToks. He needs to approve them. Like, that's something that he would say, because why would this random like PR person just be like, oh, we're not gonna approve it, the author needs to approve. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Someone said, very quick turnaround there, so good job TikTok for shaming that email. To be fair, the first email did say he knows, implying it's someone else, but I don't know. And Marissa says the PR firm he's blaming is his PR firm that he helped found. But either way, the first email states that he himself would be reviewing all the videos submitted to approve. And someone says, I refuse to believe a PR firm sent that. Yeah, I don't think a PR firm would have said naughty bits. Maybe I just don't know what PR firms behave like. Marissa then posted another TikTok about how she discovered that the PR firm in question is his PR firm, so I'll let her kind of going with that.
It gets better or worse. I don't really know which way you want to look at it, but I just realized after I posted the follow-up email from JD Barker that the initial email with the like racy video ideas and the payment options was from Best of BookTok PR firm, which JD Barker co-founded. Imagine blaming the PR firm that you co-founded.
And then in response to that, people said, what? This is crazy because I got that email as well, but it went straight to spam. And then I saw the apology email today. Whoa, it wasn't me. It was me wearing a hat. That's literally what it's giving. It's honestly so gross. I'm sorry you had to deal with all of this. I hope he gets dropped because this is a big deal. No way I got the follow-up and thought, oh, weird. But now it's worse. It's giving Spider-Man pointing meme. Absolutely. That is the perfect way to describe this. There's no way this was a PR mistake. This is an author trying to get young girls to send him suggestive pictures. I mean, I can't say this in a way that doesn't make it sound like I'm trying to make really like morbid allegations, but there's just everything about this is so weird. It's, oh, it wasn't me, it was this PR firm that you founded. Oh, the PR firm said that you need to send these naughty TikToks to me first to approve, and the author will tell you what to fix. It's like, you are the author. You know, it's just weird. I don't know. And then another TikToker called Diana Rodriguez posted about the BookTok drama.
A New York Times best-selling author who was nominated for the Bram Stoker Horror Award is soliciting young BookTokers to send him partially nude photos so he can promote his next novel. Yes, you heard that right. Let me give you all the details. All right, when I first heard this morning, I thought it was like a Nate Lemke situation, like some nobody author coming into BookTok to stir trouble just to get some promotion for their book. But no, it is JD Barker. I have one of his books, Fourth Monkey, that I got for free at a conference, and I'm definitely not reading it now. He sent this message to a bunch of young female BookTokers, offering to pay them to promote his next book and saying, here are some ideas that you could use to create content. One of them is the text that says, who doesn't like to relax with a good book? And then a suggested video to accompany it where the camera pans up and down the woman's body as she uses only the book to cover up her naughty bets. Suggested prices for this start as low as only $100 to send partially nude photos, and he was asking these BookTokers to send those videos to him first, and if he approves it, then you'll get paid. Otherwise, he just has your video of your partially naked frame. A reviewer named By the Bookcase provided all the screenshots here and also included JD Barker's statement where he tried to blame it on a PR firm, failing to mention that the PR firm in question, he is the founder of. The PR firm is the Best of BookTok, and it says right in his bio that as one of the founders of Best of BookTok, New York Times and international best-selling author JD Barker regularly thinks outside the box. He definitely is here. This is someone who has collaborated with James Patterson. This is not a small author. And the fact that he thinks he can just solicit naked photos is so stinking creepy. And it kind of couples with the conversation happening on Threads about pretty privilege in the book world and people feeling that they need to do their hair and makeup in order to get book promotion. And how much do you want to bet that he only sent these messages to young conventionally pretty females? I'm curious to see what sort of repercussions he gets from the traditional publishing world. This is not a debut author, and I hope they come down on hard as him as they have come down on authors who have done a lot less cruddy things.
And he is a New York Times bestseller, which she does mention in the TikTok. There's also Kinda Gayash also posted about this, and she essentially saw the original kind of TikTok about this and decided to speak out on her experience with this whole thing because she also got the email about this, so that's obviously incredible.
I was debating making this video, but then someone else I follow also got the same email and I thought I need to talk about this. I'm going to tell you about quite possibly the most creepiest and predatory behaviour I've ever experienced from an author that I got this morning. So I got an email and it was asking me if I wanted an arc of a book in return for a video. That's quite common, that's quite normal, nothing shady about that, until I got suggestions at the bottom of the email about videos that would be a good fit for this book. That is when it started getting weird. Because it wasn't just a video talking about the plot, it wasn't a video talking about what I'm excited to read. One of the suggestions was for a camera to pan around on me while I was naked with nothing but the book covering my naughty bits. Another was a suggestion that I talk about my most taboo place that I've ever had sex. You think it can't get worse? At the bottom of the email, it said that I needed to send the author the video first, whether they can approve or deny it. And if they deny it, I don't get the money. So essentially, an author is going around asking young girls to send barely clothed videos of themselves promoting their book that they can then receive and deny payment. First of all, they were offering me $265 to see my tatters. You need a lot more money in your bank account to see these naughty bits, my love. Second of all, that is a very, very weird email to be sending to young girls and then covering it up with book promotion. No.
And then does also a follow-up TikTok about obviously finding out that he's like the one that founded the PR company. So everyone's just coming out and being like...
It got worse. So J.D. Barker, the author who went around requesting partially nude videos from influencers to promote their book, sent me an apology email. I say apology very lightly because not anywhere in this email did he take accountability. Apparently, he hired PR companies to do his promotion for him, and he gave them access to his personal email account, and he didn't check what they were sending before he approved them. He didn't read them. He just gave them access to his personal email and went, yeah, you just send whatever you think is absolutely necessary. And his apology is essentially saying, I didn't see it. This was nothing to do with me. My bad. First of all, take accountability. Either you had something to do with it and it's disgusting, or you allowed someone access to your personal email to then do something for you without bothering to check it, which is just negligent. But I want to know, what would you have done if someone sent those videos to you? If influencers sent you partially nude videos of themselves to your personal email, would you have said anything? Or would you have gone, this is great, yeah, perfect? Because something about this is smelling kind of fishy.
And these are not all like massive TikTokers either. He's basically just like mass sent this to a bunch of female BookTokers, unless the male ones just aren't speaking out about this, and maybe there's just not a lot of male BookTokers. But even worse, like if you know that you're entering a very female dominated space that is not like to do with OnlyFans or something where people are kind of, that's just kind of what they do, that's the content that they post. I understand that there's this idea that BookTokers just talk about sex and like sex in books and smut and blah blah, but even if a lot of these TikTokers are not posting nude TikToks of themselves, that's not the kind of content that they make. So just because you talk about sex doesn't mean you suddenly want to get naked. So I just feel like this is such a weird marketing scheme, right? And then I just screenshotted this TikTok because it was so funny. Dr. Haley, MD, posted, POV, I got an email from an old man saying he'll pay me to promote his book by using it to cover my naughty bits. And she's just like, because that was me when I was watching these TikToks. I was like, are we sure about this? Like, are we sure this is how we want to promote our horror book? It's not even a smut book. Because, to be fair, a lot of smut books are romance books, and a lot of modern day romance is written by women, and I don't think a woman would allow in any capacity for the marketing of her book to be reach out to a bunch of young female BookTokers and make them pose naked. Not make them, but encourage them to pose naked, kind of, basically. Like, this just wouldn't happen. And a lot of horror authors are male, and there is a lot of controversy with the horror genre. Why did I say that so weird? Genre in books anyway. So there's definitely a weird thing going on. And that is, I think, it. This was a shorter one, but do let me know if you guys want to hear about the author who fake reviewed, bombed her competition and then blamed it on mental health. As people sometimes do. But yeah, let me know, and let me know anything else about this video. Subscribe, hit the bell icon for engagement, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.